Well, here we are again. This is Legacy of Leaders. I'm your host, Jamar Suber. And as you know, I talk to amazing business owners who inspire us all to achieve more, to go higher. And today, I'm with Doug Nissinoff of Intelligence Ventures, a venture capital firm. Man, welcome to the show, Doug.
Thank you for having me.
So why this business? Why venture capital?
Well, venture capital is a very difficult field to be in, and it's not for the weak. What I love is being involved with some of the best and brightest people out there. I come from a scientific background. I did a master's in biotech and then immediately went to the dark side, as they say, and worked in investor relations. Through my career, I've worked with so many brilliant scientists who are coming up with next groundbreaking drugs, therapies, surgeons who may have created the new surgical device that could revolutionize the way that we think about surgery. Venture capital is all about being in the midst of all of it and really understanding who is out there and what can be done. And so when it came time for me to start something on my own, I wanted to be as involved as possible.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So if I have a tech idea, okay, I wake up and all of a sudden I have this amazing idea, I'm headed to be the next Apple. What are some of the first things I need to think about before I reach out to a firm like yours?
Get a patent attorney. You're going to want to make sure to file patents and make sure that your idea is protected. You don't want anybody to steal it, right? Once you've put some thought into it, usually at the venture capital stage, the people who are reaching out to us are a little more established. They can be, maybe they have a pitch deck, and beforehand you might want to go to friends and family or any subject matter experts who really understand the field. If you're coming out of a university or anything like that, well, there's the tech transfer office within the university that usually has the resources to make that available to you. But with that being said, it's never too early to speak to somebody like myself or any other venture capital funds. Even if maybe it's not a right fit for their fund, they might know who you should speak with.
So you're in the AI, you're in the tech space, healthcare space. So talk to me about what you're seeing with the combination of healthcare and AI combined.
Yeah, so a lot of people out there might realize that there's a flood of activity going on in AI. And to backtrack, this comes from about 2 years ago. OpenAI, which is it was a nonprofit organization and now it's a for-profit organization. They launched something called ChatGPT, which is a learning language model. And it's incredible. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to use it.
Definitely use it.
Yeah, and so you see what it can do. You can ask it a question and it's like you're speaking to a human, but you can ask it a very stupid question with no judgment. And that's just the very basics of it. So there's something called Moore's Law, which states that computational power doubles every single year. Now, if you can apply that type of exponential growth to an investment, it makes the investors happy. Now, what we're seeing, to answer your question, is, and where we see low-hanging fruit, is AI-enabled drug discovery. So finding ways to make new drugs smarter, faster, better, and cheaper. We are also seeing AI-enabled medical imaging. So that entails, okay, to backtrack, let's say you have AI able to sift through images. It can tell you the difference between, the famous example is a blueberry muffin and a chihuahua. Okay, this is a blueberry muffin, this is a chihuahua. Well, what if you can do the same thing with MRIs? This is a broken bone, this is a tumor, or CAT scans, right? And so this is a lot of what we're seeing today. But we're seeing some very clever things outside of that. For example, we're seeing technology where physicians it's just SaaS companies, software. And the physicians are able to just talk to the software. And while they're looking at they can look at their patients and actually give them attention instead of having to sit there and write notes in their charts. Like when you go to the doctor, how many times have you sat there watching them click, click, click?
Right.
We can eliminate that with AI.
Wow.
And these are just some of the very basic applications. There's far more going on too.
So of the 20 ideas that may cross your desk, how many of these are you putting your power behind, your funds behind?
So we have met since February of 2023, we've met with over 150 startups. I'd say the ones that we're really pushing forward with, there's about 3 or 4.
3 or 4.
The issue is artificial intelligence and what qualifies as good AI. It's a buzzword. Everyone thinks that they need to say that to an investor to make them excited. I'd actually encourage them not to do that unless it is a true form AI. not ChatGPT, but you actually have a team of technical people creating your own data. Your AI is only as good as the data that you train it on. So proprietary data sets are going to go very far, as opposed to using publicly available databases, which, sure, it's good, but if everybody's using it and it's not clean data, what makes your company so unique?
Yeah, right. Good AI versus bad AI. I haven't had to think about that.
Yeah.
So that's a very good point. Very good point. So in the healthcare space, do you see AI taking over healthcare?
I would say that of all the sectors that are out there, surprisingly enough, healthcare, which is such a slow sector to adapt to new technologies, is accepting it with open arms. Fun and interesting fact, I spoke with somebody, and this is all speculation and hearsay, but I spoke to somebody who attended the Yale CEO Summit maybe a couple months ago. And they had some of the top CEOs in the country attending it. Okay, so you had the CEO of Apple, CEO of Google, Pfizer, Merck, very powerful people. And the hot button topic was AI. They sat for about 2 to 3 hours speaking about it. It was, first of all, the opportunities, the cheery subjects. But then there was also the doomsday scenarios, right? Is it going to take over the world? Is it going to kill everyone? Maybe, we'll see, TBD. But the people that were most optimistic in that room were the healthcare executives. And we're seeing lots of different hospital organizations, biopharmaceutical companies scrambling to adapt, which is why startups right now, whoever is the winner and whoever emerges, we see them being acquired for a hefty premium just because of that reason alone.
Absolutely. So what are some of the breakthroughs are you seeing in the technology space, AI space, connected to business development?
To business development, can you elaborate perhaps a little?
Absolutely. So they're saying that AI will eliminate copywriters and marketing writers and all of these people and the way we acquire leads as businesses.
Okay. So again, AI is only as good as the data that you feed it. So I've worked with a lot of firms and helped them, or startups, and helped them raise capital as a consultant outside of intelligence ventures. And I've actually created my own model where you can use AI to pretty much ask questions based off of the data that and the people that I know, and say, hey, here's a pitch deck. Which investors should I reach out to and connect them with? Who will invest in them? And it spits it out. But the thing is, I had to really modify it to make it work, right? First, I just put a bunch of names, and that didn't go so well. But eventually, I updated to say, well, they prefer this type of check size. They prefer biotech. They don't touch medical devices. They only do US. And when you inputted all that information, suddenly it became a very powerful tool. So with business development, it's very much one and the same, right? If you're going to prospect new clients, well, what data are you training the AI model on to understand which clients should you be looking for?
Great answer. Great answer. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. And I look forward to following Intelligence Ventures as you guys trek forward.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. If you want to find out more about Doug and Intelligence Ventures, please log on to dailynewsnetwork.com. You've just watched Legacy of Leaders, and I'm your host, Jamar Suber.